What's up, people? It's your boy. I'm Don1, and I am back with another video. Now, I just got through watching this YouTube personality. His name is Onision. Okay. Now, you guys know since the beginning of my channel, I let you guys know that I butcher names on a daily basis. So if I butcher this guy's name, I apologize, all right? But basically, this particular video that he uploaded was entitled, YouTube Fired Me, Now What? Onision. Now he goes into his spiel talking about with these new policies YouTube is implementing, it's making it very difficult for him to upload the content that his subscriber base likes. Okay, and a lot of people, including Onision, seem to forget that YouTube rolled out this new policy, and it's going on. I think it's going on its third or fourth week. This new policy, and they're basically enforcing it. And the reason why they're having this new policy is a lot of the larger corporations like Pepsi, Procter & Gamble, just to name a few, a lot of these large corporations are pulling away their ads off of YouTube because their subscriber base is kind of ticked off by these ads running alongside videos that they deem inappropriate. They talk everything about suicide, abortion, terrorists. A lot of people using like a lot of profanity in their content. A lot of people have music that they feel that's inappropriate, twerking, things of that nature. So basically, YouTube had they had to roll out this policy, okay, and because those large corporations, they were feeling the heat from their subscriber base, because their subscriber base is going like, yo, how can you promote this video, and this video got so much filth in this video. They call it filth. They got so much of this stuff that's very inappropriate. It's something that kids shouldn't watch. A lot of these consumers are ticked off at these large corporations. So when the large corporations pull their ads from YouTube, at the end of the day, it's all about income. It's about the money. And when they pull away their ads, YouTube is not making no money, okay? And it is what it is. So they're rolling out this new policy. Now, Onision is blaming people like PewDiePie and Keemstar. He feel like those individuals are the reason why YouTube has rolled out this policy. I think it's a larger picture, but to each his own, okay? And he's basically saying in this video, since he can't upload the content that his subscriber base likes, he can't generate money because he cannot monetize those videos. All right, he's talking about how, well, since he can't monetize these videos, he's not making money, and since he's not making money, he's unable to afford the lifestyle that he's accustomed to. All right, now him and his wife, they have done a lot of things to keep this lifestyle going, selling a lot of stuff. They're talking about selling clothes. He's setting up a Patreon account. This Patreon account, if people subscribe to the Patreon account, he's going to have videos in his Patreon account that his consumer base would be able to watch as long as they donate. All right, because the majority of this content on this Patreon account is not going to be monetized. Okay, so he's talking about this is a hardship, this is a problem, and basically in a nutshell, we all knew this was coming. We all knew that when YouTube talked about this new policy and why they had to do this policy, a lot of people on YouTube, not the majority, but a lot of people have scaled back some on their content. All right, some things you just can't upload if you want to monetize them. Now you can you can upload the video, but if the video is deemed unacceptable unacceptable to be monetized, then you're just out of luck. Okay, so we're all gonna have to, as content providers, follow the policies. Now, the one thing Onision and a lot of these people seem to forget that YouTube they miss the two things about YouTube that makes YouTube so great. It's options and it's free. Okay, basically, if you want to watch a YouTube video, all you have to do is create an account, and then once you create that particular account, you subscribe to whoever you want, and when you watch their video, you can, if you don't want to watch the ad, if you don't want to support the person in general, you can just cut the ad out and just go straight to the video. Those are options. Okay, if the content provider wants to continue to make content, and he can't no longer monetize that particular content, he can demonetize them. He can still have those videos out there for his audience to entertain his audience. He just knows when he does that, he's not going to make any ad revenue from that particular video. All right, options once again. You can continue doing what you're doing. I mean, if you have a Patreon account, you can link a lot of these videos to your Patreon account, and people who donate to your Patreon account can watch those videos. If you have a huge subscriber base, all right, if you have a large subscriber base that is really supporting you, that's been there for you since day one, it really doesn't matter if you monetize your videos or demonetize your videos. You have other options like a Patreon account. You can create that Patreon account. If you have a large audience that's going to join your Patreon account and donate to it, then fine, okay? But if you feel like your audience base is large, but they don't mess with you that way, they're not going to simply donate to your Patreon account just to watch videos. If you feel like your audience is, not going to have your back fully that way, then maybe you should change your behavior on what type of videos you upload on your channel. Okay, for an example, I'm not saying Onision does this, but for an example, if you have a channel and you talk about models, all right, and YouTube looks at your channel and says, your channel is deemed inappropriate, you're no longer are able to monetize these videos, all right? If you want to continue to get the ad revenue, then you're probably going to have to, if you're talking about models, you're probably going to have to talk about the fashion world, all right? You might have to angle it a little bit and talk about other things in that realm, instead of trying to completely change your channel, all right? You may not get the high views that you once did when you were just only talking about models. If you talk about the fashion world in general, maybe a lot of people are not entertained by that, okay? But at the end of the day, you're still creating ad revenue. Your videos are still going to be allowed and accepted for the monetized system, all right? But if you feel kind of iffy about your subscriber base, that's one way you can do it, all right? But if you have a hardcore subscriber base, I think Onision, I don't know his subscriber count, I'm pretty sure it's up in the millions. If half of those are rocking with him like that, once he set the Patreon account, he should have no huge issue, and he can continue living a lifestyle that he always had. Now, on the other hand, if those avenues are not there for you, then I know a lot of people are going to get upset what I'm about to say, but in essence, YouTube is not really considered a job, all right? It's really considered something that you do on your spare time. You still keep your job, all right? And if you're making ad revenue off of it, cool, all right? But at the end of the day, you cannot put all your eggs in one basket on YouTube. You just can't just quit your job and just say, well, I'm just going to just upload videos, and that's how I'm going to generate revenue and income and continue to have the lifestyle that I have. All right. And that's where a lot of these YouTube personalities fail and they miss the boat. All right. I remember Lovely T.I. talking about this a year ago, how YouTube had another policy change, and she was fearing the worst, talking about, well, if they're not going to allow me to monetize my videos, then there's no reason for me to make YouTube videos, because that's where I make my money and that's where I generate my profits from. All right. Even though, once again, YouTube has the two great features that make YouTube so great. It's free, it's affordable, and it has options. All right. If you're that big, if you're that popular, you have more options than the rest of us. Okay. Yeah, I collect money from YouTube, but it's not my main source of income. I also have a 9-to-5. All right. I can't really see myself do YouTube on a full-time basis. I can't really depend on the revenue fully and just quit my job. Okay, it's just not going to happen. I make a really good, decent amount of money, but it's not that much to where I'm just going to quit my day job and just go to YouTube full time. Okay, but Onision, he's making several videos. He's blaming PewDiePie, Kimstar. He's showing his medical bills. My thing from the rip, okay, if you have medical bills, all right, it seemed like these medical bills were generated before the YouTube policy, okay? So if you still got medical bills, and you're saying, quote unquote, you make a lot of revenue on YouTube, why in the world you have medical bills? Okay. You didn't had a stack of medical bills after the policy. You're showing medical bills that you had before the policy. All right. So, that's telling me that you have a huge issue with managing money. You have a huge issue with balancing things, and you have a huge issue understanding, you may be accustomed to a particular lifestyle, but that doesn't mean downgrading is a bad thing. He basically said throughout the video, he doesn't want to downgrade. He feels like downgrading is a bad thing, like it's a sinful thing. A lot of people, even in the entertainment world, have to downgrade, all right, in order to continue living, all right, in order to continue to have some type of lifestyle, right? Onision, you're living better than the majority of people out there. There are some people out there living on the street, all right? You think they want to live on the street? You don't think they want to live in a plush mansion with multiple cars and, all types of things at their disposal? No, a lot of people are in situations and they try to make the most out of their situations, all right? And when you made this video, to me, it's just me, I felt like you was coming off as a spoiled brat, all right? You was coming off as, well, if you're not going to allow me to make my content, I'm just going to take my ball and go home, all right? Now, there are other service providers out there who are set up like YouTube, but they're not as popular as YouTube, all right? I remember Lovely T.I. talking about when YouTube had some policies that was enforcing a lot of the videos she was uploading. She talked about briefly a story that, she took the videos that YouTube deemed inappropriate. She took it to a website and she told her subscriber base to join the website. All right. That way she can continue to generate income. And she said half of her subscriber base didn't even join the website, because let's face facts. A lot of the people that watch these videos, they're not going to go anyplace else to follow you. All right. You're going to have to follow the subscribers. If you have a large subscriber base, chances are they're going to stay on YouTube. They're not going to go to like another service similar to YouTube, or they're not, a lot of them, the majority of them are not even going to go to a website. You may have a few, all right, but that few does not equal the majority, all right? And, you know, I remember Lovely T.I. was talking about this, basically saying in a nutshell, her subscriber base are going to continue to stay on YouTube. And if she's no longer making videos, they're just going to flock to another content provider who's going to make the videos that they want, all right? They're not going to follow the personality. The personality is going to have to accept and come to the grips of reality that you're going to have to follow the subscriber base. And if it means curving the content that you're pushing out, then that's what you're going to have to do. If it means, all right, you have other options at your disposal, one of them in particular the Patreon account, then that's an option you should address and embrace, okay? But I think you'll be fine, Onision. I don't get why you even made the video. I really don't get why you blaming people. It's just when you see the majority of the content on YouTube, I'm not saying you're the reason of this, but if you look at the majority of the content, I can see where a lot of big corporations may have a point, all right? Even though I'm not fully on their side, I can agree on a smaller level of their issue, all right? They have, like Pepsi, has a huge consumer base. That, remember when, okay, it wasn't that long ago when Pepsi released a commercial and the majority of their consumer base did not like the commercial, and they immediately pulled the commercial away, because at the end of the day, if your consumer base is ticked off about something you said or did, you have to own it, you have to apologize, and then you have to make it right. And Pepsi basically pulled that commercial away because they was losing a lot of consumers, and the stock of Pepsi was kind of, falling a little bit, until ultimately they had to pull the commercial. A lot of big time corporations do this, all right? And YouTube want to keep those big time corporations ads so they can continue generating money. That's pretty much how the system works, all right? YouTube, without the big time corporations, YouTube will no longer survive, all right? It's not the content providers. I mean, I know a lot of content providers are going to get ticked off about what I say, but it's true. It's not about you. It's about the subscribers, and it's about the corporations. They go in hand to hand. Without either or, you're just making videos to just simply make videos, all right? But guys, tell me what you think. Rate, comment, subscribe. It's your boy. I'm Chris the Don One, and I am out.